Yo, today we're gonna get into the inside of my mind, the way I think, the way I perceive the world. So, and I wanna let y'all get to know me for me and who I am behind the camera. So today we got a video of, we can call Mitch Podcast, like episode 1. But other than that, I hope everything been good with y'all. I hope everybody been good mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Hope y'all been chasing y'all dreams, that because you fall one day, don't mean you gotta keep falling. Keep your head up, for real. And let's get straight to it. So the first thing is like an introduction of who I am. First of all, I'm Michelin Anthony Jr. I'm from Quincy, Florida, age 29, and my birthday is February 21st, 1997. So that made me a Pisces, a fish, you feel me? One of the best zodiac sign out there. And also, I like to watch anime. I love deep shows, deep movies. I love, movies that make me think, stuff like that. And also, like, I believe in conspiracy theories as well, mermaids, UFOs, shit like that. So, that really intrigue me, shit like that. For real. And then I also like deep conversations. I don't like shallow conversations, so you feel me? And last, my favorite color, black and red. And my favorite anime is Naruto, because he smell a lot of things. And my dreams and aspiration in life is to be the best father I can ever be. And, that's it in that aspect. So the first question I got in the podcast form is, what experience shaped my mindset on life? I'm gonna give you 3 on, because I don't want to go deep into my business, for real. So the first one is, I had my heart broke when I was 17. And that shaped my mindset of treating females like hoes, I ain't gonna lie to you. And then straight dogging them for like almost 5 to 6 years. And then it made me cold-hearted towards the world. Also made me feel like, I was a lost soul walking, like no purpose, just to fucking bust a nut and then keep going. And in that aspect, I started, lose compassion, empathy for people. And I just started to just become very nonchalant to a way where I ain't believe nobody and shit like that. So that's the first one. The second one is, I had a family member, I was super close with, stabbed me in my back. And that changed my perception of, the people around you can also be your worst enemy. So that made me also not believe in trust as well. So that's another one that stabbed me in the back. Then the last one is when I made a choice to ball up all my trauma into a previous relationship. Well, it led me to do the things that I didn't want people to do to me. And I learned from that. So that expectation kind of fucked me up as well. And that shaped my mindset of, like, you gotta move, you gotta not treat people. You gotta heal before you start talking to people in general, because that person ain't do nothing to you. And you just gotta realize that you can't treat everybody the same because of what somebody did in your past. The question is, what kind of person am I becoming right now? The type of person I'm becoming right now is a person who can emotionally mature, spiritually mature, financially mature, and overall just not letting small problems get to me, such as, let us say that I said I want to get an A inside the class, but I get a B. I'm not gonna beat myself up because I still passed, but I'm gonna strive to do better next semester, because that's something small rather than taking that on and that's making it ruin my day. And I also want to become a person who can help others they be better by just bringing positive energy and learning to live in learn how to be different in yin and yang, because some things deserve my energy and then some things don't deserve my energy. And then I also want to learn how to, put boundaries on things, and also stop being nervous about, like, being scared to quit jobs or whatever, or like this, do what's best for me. Because, I be feeling like if I do this, I'm hindering somebody, but the whole time, a lot of people really don't care about you. So that's another thing. I just want to become more self-centered in a way of, like, positive, not like negative. And I just want to do better in other areas, like with fitness, saving, and investing. So I just want to become a person that's jack of all trades, but that's the best way to say it, with my emotions, my finances, and, like I said, my spirituality. Next question is, what is my view on relationships overall? Overall, my view is that I feel like relationships you should be best friends, and you should be able to confide in each other, be there for each other through thick and thin. And I ain't talking about like cheating and all that, but I'm talking about, like, let's just say that you with a nigga, he up, and then all of a sudden, life hit him, you should be there to be able to pick up the slack. And I ain't saying obviously that you gotta, do that shit for a long time, but you gotta know that at the end of the day, in a relationship, you're gonna be like a roller coaster, up and down. And then also for the males, because I don't want to just, feel like I'm just attacking females, you feel me? But for the males, I also feel like it should be for that female there emotionally, because at the end of the day, a lot of females live in their emotions rather than logic. And so it's just like, sometimes they don't want to hit an answer to a solution. Sometimes they just want to vent. But if you feel deemed that, that's a real problem, that, you got to handle that, because at the end of the day, you're supposed to be a leader. So it's just like, you got to be pick your poison in that situation. And I also view that, like, relationship be equally yoked. And I don't mean anywhere like money-wise. I mean, like, if you want to get to know your partner, get to know your partner, because at the end of the day, you and your partner can be different in different aspects. But y'all can, what's the word it said? Y'all can, like, help each other out in areas where you lacking, and then you have that person out in other areas where they lacking. And that can make you equally yoked. So that's how I feel. I feel like relationship is just like, that should be considered like a friendship, the top ultimate friendship in a way where, like, it's you versus the world. And I don't mean like in a bad thing, but like, what's done inside your relationship, stay inside your relationship. Don't go out, don't go tell people outside your business, and handle y'all shit together. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Y'all the only two people who got to stick to this shit together. So that's my view on relationships. Do I believe relationships should be 50-50, or do they shift depending on the situation and the people? Me personally, I believe that relationships shift between the people and the situation, because at the end of the day, you can be the man, like I said previously with the other question, you can be the man, he can be up, and then he can lose his job all over, then you got to pick up the slack. So it's like me, I feel like relationship is 100-100, because at the end of the day, not 100-100, it could be 100-100, 70-30, 40-50, because at the end of the day, a death can happen in the family for any of y'all, and then now you don't have the energy to give out to a relationship. When things get sticky, you're going to be able to ride, because, that shit ain't 100 no more. So it's like, this shit realistic. So it's like, if people really ready to ride, like, it's just really your best friend. It's just really your lover. So like, in that aspect. And then it could be times where, like, the motherfucking person that's sick, and they just can't do anything. Sex, shit, don't want to work, don't want to clean up, don't want to do nothing. Are you willing to pick up that slack? Are you willing to compromise for your partner? That's why I consider. That's why I say, that's what I consider shit to be 0, 10, 100, 80. Because you got to be able to do stuff for your partner even when you don't want to do it. You got to be able to make sacrifices. So I feel like ain't no such thing as 100, 100, 50-50. It just varies, and that's just my honest opinion. What makes somebody a real friend in my eyes? What makes somebody a real friend in my eyes is somebody who's going to tell you right from wrong and not lead you astray, and who also willing to put you on game about stuff that they had to pay for, or anything, like knowledge in general, like school, stocks, females, overall. Like, they tell you that you're moving wrong, and, willing to correct you behind closed doors, or not in public. And they show you that I'm here for you in many ways, like come through for your birthday, like and basically they're pointing to each other cup in ways that, you don't have to be financial, you don't have to be in there. They just like showing up when somebody needs you the most. Like, they say that, for example, let us say that, that your friend usually get a haircut every 2 weeks, and you see they ain't have no haircut, and you paying attention, you be like, okay, how your mental going on, whatever. That simple shit, they're like paying attention, or like remembering your friend's kid birthday, and then, sending them a little something, there's little shit like that, showing that, you care about them in ways that other people don't show. That can separate from a show shit, because a lot of shit, you can hang with somebody all day and never know somebody. But deep down inside, you got to be willing to pour into that relationship. So that will make a friendship. When people pour into each other, and they also being there for each other, and also just trying to help each other grow in life. Because at the end of the day, you can build somebody, you can have somebody on your side all day, and you never know who the fuck they truly is, because all y'all do is just drink, hang out, and never have deep conversations, and never get to that point where y'all trying to grow past shit that you used to do when you was kids. That's a short question, a short answer. Is it normal for friendships to fade as people grow? I say yes, because at the end of the day, is what you're doing, sometimes you outgrow people in ways that, they don't want to catch up, because they ain't trying to get on that mindset. So let them say that I'm 19, and then I'm fucking hoes. Let them keep on, I'm fucking hoes, I'm knocking them off. Every day I'm there drinking, smoking, having fun, doing everything that a 19-year-old would do. And then now I'm 28, and I want to invest my money, get into start college, try to better my credit so I can get my get a house and shit. And then they said that my homeboy stood on that crash them and shit. So it's like if I put myself in that position to be around crash them and shit, and then I get a charge or I get a DUI or something, and then it fucks my life up. Then all I had to do was stay away from the person and love them from a distance. Or I can correct, like I said earlier, as a true friend, you tell them what's up, and you let them know, and if they truly friends with you, the relationship will never really fade. They'll just respect your decisions. So that's another way you'll know somebody for real, like they respect your decision to grow in life, because at the end of the day is nobody's gonna never stay the same. I'm not gonna be the same person tomorrow. This one right here might be a little triggering for a lot of people, but for me, it really ain't, because at the end of the day is on me, and I'm always gonna be me. Does family always deserve access to you? My answer is no. Because at the end of the day, the only people who step over your boundaries the most, the only people that disrespect you the most, the only people that abuse you the most and stab you in the back the most, because they feel like they deserve everything that you got, or they feel like you supposed to do this for them, or you supposed to do that. But at the end of the day, they never sit down and realize that we all got our own life. So it's like, if some people disturbing your peace, no, they don't deserve access to you at all. And that's just the honest truth, because at the end of the day is you gotta walk your own shoes, you gotta walk your journey. They only trying to be messy because at the end of the day they probably feel somewhere in their life, or they probably envying you or jealous of you. So you gotta remember, that because it's blood, that don't mean that it's good. And don't mean they want the best for you. That is the honest truth, sadly. Is it okay to distance yourself from people you're related to? In my honest opinion, yes it is, because a lot of people in your family, they messy. Every time you come around, they always talking about people. They never got nothing going on. They gossiping. Or they just trying to, basically they're just not doing nothing in your life that brings value to your life in the way of, trying to contribute to a better, positive life. Because a lot of times when you're trying to elevate in life, it's a lot of things that you used to look at and used to accept. You be like, nah, I ain't that type of person no more. So they gonna try to overstep your boundaries. They gonna try to say, oh, you feel like you're better than me. Then there's a lot of shit that come with it. So it'd be like, it's okay to distance yourself for your mental and your peace. And also your personal growth, because at the end of the day, how you gonna heal in the midst of the fire? Like Young Thug said. So they're like, you gotta realize where you put your energy at. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people are energy vampires. And the most energy vampires I always know is family. It'll be like, you tell people your goals, and then they know they bring it up, be like, oh, you still did that? Oh, you did that yet? Whole time there's a monitoring spirit. So yes, I feel like you can distance yourself from your family and still be great and still be happy. Because at the end of the day, me personally, I made my own family. I made my own friends and family, my brothers and shit, with the people I met out in this world. And they already know that. What does success mean to me? Honestly, success means to me when I'm able to do this, turn my bills on auto pay. I'm able to do this, make sure my kids straight, make sure they have things to look for, like a bank account, land and this and that, and just able to be free like a bird. I don't need much, because I'm a minimalist. So honestly, I just need enough to get by and be able to save and invest and make travels, because I don't plan on working forever. So success to me is being free of the system, basically, and making sure your kids straight so they won't ever be a part of the system. And that's just my honest truth. Do I work to survive? I work to build that life I actually want. For many years, I've been working a life to survive. And when I mean in that aspect, I wasn't saving. I wasn't, investing in stocks. I was just working and paying bills and just hoping that, I can finish college and I get a high-paying job, and my financial decisions that I make at that change. But I learned from my best friend and my brother, which is, the same person, that what you do with your money now is what you'll do if you get more money. So no, I have not been working to success. But now, like I said earlier, when I said I'm trying to become a better person financially, I'm working on that now. So now actually I'm working to build a life that I actually want. So yes, I'm doing that now. And if you're not doing that, I feel like, you should go ahead and try, because at the end of the day, inflation gonna go up, everything gonna go up, then you're just gonna be looking back like paycheck to paycheck, and then eventually you're just gonna be homeless, because ain't nothing going down. The American dream is dead. So it's like, why not go ahead and strive and try to do better in life while you're here? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people say YOLO, but then a lot of people take shit day by day. But if you take a shit day by day and you live five years from now, you be like, damn, I should have did that. Then you're going to be living in regret. And that's the number one thing that a lot of people regret before they die. Why did I choose to disconnect from social media or not stay fully engaged in it? Me personally, I chose to disengage from social media entirely because I ain't gonna lie, I was obsessed with it. You know, I was always viewing my likes. I was always trying to make sure I got the perfect image on the internet. And, you know, it would drive me crazy. Then I ain't gonna lie, some that nights, shit, I see some shit that I be like, damn, that little shit, thick and fuck. I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest. We're gonna be truthful here. This ain't no time to be playing no games. I don't wanna be capping. So I see that thick shit, I'm hard them in the inbox. Shit, I don't like what you got going on. And then shit, you know, see another one, same thing. And then this was taking me off my grind, you know, because I'm like, damn, it does so much shit on here, but they're throwing that ass viciously on the internet. And then also, motherfucking comparing it to other niggas, I ain't gonna lie, because other niggas be eating. So I'm like, damn, this nigga got it like that. You know, this nigga in Turkey Caicos and shit. I'm at my 9 to 5. I'm there trying to grind and shit the whole time. You know, he doing his thing. You know, you all know what that mean. And I'm just over there be like, damn, I need to be doing that. And then they're making myself depressed and shit. All the above. So just, I had to really disconnect from that shit because it was really fucking up my mental. And ever since, you know, I've been doing straight ever since I disconnected from that bitch, for real. I stopped comparing myself to other people and I just started living in my truth. How has stepping back from social media changed the way I see life and people? Just stepping back from social media made me see that a lot of people try to put on this image on social media that they got it. And then the whole time they maxing out credit cards, they doing this and that, they using Afterpay, Corner to go on trips and shit. And then, you know, they just entertaining. There's some people now. Some people actually eat now. I ain't hating. This my truth. So like a lot of people that's doing pin on, but then a lot of people also be sad in the inside, but on social media they happy and full and this and that. So that made me see that a lot of people live in delusion and they just be on the internet capping. And then for me, how it also made me see people, that made me see people as cappers and liars. Like, in the day, why not live in your truth and embrace the situation that you're in and then try to outcome it rather than trying to put on the fake image? I keep up with motherfuckers who really don't even give a fuck about you. They don't care if you don't post. Once you get off social media, you become a ghost to other people. You basically like you dead. It's just like these people really don't care. They're not checking for you. So it's just like you in your head about stuff that doesn't matter because all that shit is just virtual, honestly. What does it mean for me to live in my own reality instead of following society expectations? So prime example for me is like relationships in general. Like for me, I hold the door for females, you know, but I don't hold the door for every female. And that's the truth. I don't have to do that if I don't want to. That's another thing I separate from society. I ain't gonna pick that. What does it mean for me to live my own reality instead of following society expectations? Prime example is what clothes in general. So let us say that I want to wear pounders. A lot of people say that Nike Dunk pounders, you know, all the style, don't wear that. You know, you wear that, you can't dress. But in the day, shit, I'm gonna wear that motherfucker because I paid it, cheap, efficient, and shit, I still be dressed in the way. Like, I'm gonna pick that shit together. I ain't gotta go max out on some $500 joints or whatever to, you know, please other people. And that's another society expectation. Pleasing other people that buying high-ass shit, getting cars, woo-woo. So for me, like, when it comes to cars, like, I get a car that go A to B, as long as that bitch look good, as long as that bitch take me to work and home, I'm straight. I don't need no motherfucking Hellcat, none of this and that, because every day I'm trying to build a legacy. I ain't trying to impress other motherfuckers, because ain't there. Once you get it, then what? You the one who's struggling with, if you're struggling with the payment. If you can afford that, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about motherfuckers who trying to impress other people. At the end of the day, it's just like, if you paying more on yourself because you're trying to prove yourself to other people, then you live in this society expectation. Me, I'm paying less on myself because I'm trying to live in my expectations, my reality. And my reality is I want a low maintenance life and a high saving account, a high investment account, this and that and that. So that's my reality. Do I feel more clarity or peace when I'm not focused on what everyone else is doing? Yes, I feel way more peaceful because I ain't worrying about Dick and Jane. I ain't worrying about Bobby, Whitney. I ain't worrying about damn the motherfucker on them drugs and shit. I ain't just looking at crazy shit. I ain't scrolling mindlessly all day. I really be doing research and shit, and I'm really just finding myself more because I'm not, like I said, not doing scrolling. I ain't on stories watching bitches shake ass and shit, and I ain't, you know, falling for lustful activities that, you know, will hinder me from on my path. And I ain't also getting into situationships that will, you know, fuck me up in that aspects. And so, like, when it comes to that, and I'm also not worrying about what other guys got going on. I don't see niggas talking about 9 to 5s all day. I don't see females talking about niggas got to pay 100% of the bills. And, you know, I just don't see stuff that make me feel negative energy. So yes, I feel more peaceful because I can think clearly and think about what I want to do in life and how I see the world, rather than how a million motherfuckers see the world. And then I'm just giving my energy to it by just reading it and this shit. And then, you know, it just changing my thought process, or, you know, making me think like, damn, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? So yeah, I feel way more peaceful. Hope y'all ready to fuck with this video, man. I tried to do something different. I tried to switch it up, so I know if y'all ready to fuck with it, if you know this shit is something I can keep doing, keep going, because they ain't dead. As my channel grow, y'all to be in there sending me questions that y'all want to know, then that'll make the shit way more easier. But hey, man, I hope y'all have a good rest of the day, and you know, shit, fuck with me for real, man. I'm out.